Hello everyone, this is Anna from Anne's Booktube, Refuge from Bibliophiles. Let's get started with the video. Jane Austen is one of the most celebrated authors of English literature, but when it comes to understanding her works, many people find it difficult to do so. It is mainly because of the rich prose and the convoluted sentences that makes it difficult to read her works. In this video, I am going to tell you how you can read Jane Austen's work all by yourself. It took me some time to get accustomed to Jane Austen's work. It was not that one fine day I took up her book and began to understand it all at once. All it took me was some practice and training that enabled me to read Jane Austen's book freely without any aid. In this video, I am going to share with you the very secret. Step 1. Take a Jane Austen book. Let us start with Pride and Prejudice, as it is the book that is the most popular among all Jane Austen novels. Give it a cursory glance. Can you make anything of the first two chapters of Jane Austen's novel? If yes, you are already adept at reading the book. Continue reading. Trust me, you will find it one of the most beautiful things you have ever come across in your life. If not, you need to do this. Step 2. Watch the movie Pride and Prejudice starring Keira Knightley. This would ensure that you have an idea about the storyline of Pride and Prejudice. Having known the story, it will make it easier for you to understand the novel. Chances are that you may still not completely understand the book. In case you are having difficulties in understanding the novel, even after watching the movie, move to step 3. Listen to the simplified version of Pride and Prejudice. I am providing the link of the simplified version in the description box below. After having done that, go to step 4. Take the original novel and start reading. Having known the story, you will be able to read the book more easily. Now when you are halfway through the book, you will begin to get hang of the language. You will feel that finally you are able to understand the novel. That's when you will get to know that you have mastered the language and you will be able to understand the work with ease. Now pick up any other book by Jane Austen. I would suggest that you pick up Emma first, as it is an easier Jane Austen novel, and start reading it. I am sure you will be able to understand it. Now the thing with Jane Austen's books is that the first chapter is usually the most difficult to understand. If you get hang of the first chapter, then the rest of the book is comparatively easy. The list of the books in increasing order of difficulty are Emma, Mansfield Park, Northanger Abbey, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and Persuasion. This basically means that Emma is the most easy book to read, while Persuasion is the most difficult book to read. The list of books from most interesting to least interesting are Persuasion, Sense and Sensibility, Mansfield Park, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Northanger Abbey. Now step 6. There might be certain sections in the book that you might feel difficult to understand. You may take snippets of those sections and post your doubts in Literature Stack Exchange. I am sure someone would readily help you. I had asked a few questions on Literature Stack Exchange from the novel Persuasion. Someone was very kind enough to answer all my questions. So this is the first question that I asked. What is Mr. Eliot's early preposition in Jane Austen's Persuasion? So you can see my name over here, and someone gave me a very elaborate answer, as you can see. Now the second question that I asked was meaning of a passage in Persuasion by Jane Austen. So someone asked this question as well. Now the third question was doubts concerning chapter 15 of Persuasion by Jane Austen. So seems like I had a very large doubt, and someone was very kind enough to answer my question. Now the fourth question is Persuasion by Jane Austen. Why were Anne and Lady Russell Now the fourth question is, why were Anne and Lady Russell talking about curtains when they saw Captain Wentworth passing by? The next question is, in Persuasion, why does Anne feel ashamed before being able to safely suggest Louisa? So you can see that I have asked this question and someone answered it as well. Now the next question is, why did Mr. Elliot have to decide whose boots were the thickest in Persuasion? So the next question is a confusing conversation between Anne and Mr. Smith, and I was lucky enough to get answer of this question as well. So these were a few tips that might help you understand Jane Austen's work. I hope you liked the video, and I hope that this video will help you in understanding Jane Austen's work without much aid, and I hope that you will have a productive time studying and introspecting. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.